Hello everybody and welcome back to the BU podcast. My name is Jess and I'm here with
Liv.
Oh, I love it so much. So we are back in person. This is so exciting. Yeah.
Human contact.
I know. We don't have all the technology issues. I can touch you, I won't touch you, but the option's
please
there.
don't.
No, I definitely won't.
Social distancing.
Yeah. And we are here with our lovely guest. So please tell us who you are, what course you're on and what year you're in.
Hi, I'm Christopher Davis. I am a theatre TPP student, so Theatre Performance and Production, and I'm in my second year.
Lovely. So this week's episode is all about being away from home for the first time. So Christopher, where are you from?
I am originally from Stoke-on-Trent.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That's so near to me. You live in Staffordshire. That's so exciting. I'm from Burton-on-Trent.
Oh, sweet. Oh, so just down the river.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, that thrilled me. Another Midlander.
yeah, I know.
I'm from Brighton. Yay!
Not as exciting.
No. I'm like as south as you can get, pretty much. Christopher, how did you feel about moving away from home?
Well, I was quite. I think I was kind of nervous about the kind of the culture shock that it might be.
Yeah.
Because like we're obviously like slap bang on the south coast.
We are.
Yeah, and Stoke's like quite different to down here, so I was just kind of worried. Mostly about the accent. It's like people who don't understand what I say, sort of thing. But I think just that distance, because it's about, I can't remember how many miles.
Many.
Like a couple of 100 miles.
Yeah.
Doing here and home. And it takes like 4 hours
Oh my God.
to get there and back. So, yeah, it was just the distance. It just felt quite strange, like sort of living that far away. Yeah, I think that's what struggling to wrap my head around initially.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, wow, that's a long way.
Yeah. So
It is a very long way.
it is a long way. It takes me like 50 minutes to get home.
Can you stop rubbing it in, please?
I'm really sorry. I live like 27
It takes us an
miles away.
entire day to travel home. Please
No.
be quiet.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I will wind my neck in. So when you were like picking universities, did you want to move far away from home? Was this like an intentional choice for you?
I think I wanted to move somewhere that was not a small town, if that makes sense, because like I'd grown up like my whole life in a small town, so I thought I'm not going to go to uni in another one, sort of thing. So location didn't really matter. I chose it based on like the university, like no matter how far away it wasn't, because I was like looking at things in Liverpool and stuff like that, things that weren't like as far away. So yeah, I think it was just it was the uni itself that drew me to it more than like where it is.
That's good. So was it more like the course that you were like, this is
the
definitely
course
the one?
specifically.
Yeah.
Because like there are quite a few. There are only a few sort of half and half courses.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm doing. So.
That's cool. So how important is it to like where you live when you move to university?
I think it's quite important because, you know, you can sort of say, oh well, I'm just here to study.
Yeah.
Till you're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, when like, yeah, however many miles away from your family or whatever, you've got to, you know, at least enjoy yourself, like enjoy your downtime, enjoy your weekends and stuff.
So big question: do you enjoy it? Do you like living in Chichester?
I do. Yeah.
Way!
It's quite nice.
Thank God. Imagine if you said no. I'd be
Brownie
really
points.
Yeah, brownie points. Congrats, Christopher. Well done. Thinking back, did you live in halls? First question.
I did. Yes.
Excellent. Imagine if you commuted. That would have been.
Yeah.
And
That would
would've
have
been
been
hell.
hefty.
A big, solid
9 a.m.
no.
Right, up and out. 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Oh,
4 a.m.
so you lived in halls. Good. How was your arrivals weekend, if you can remember?
It was pretty good, actually, because obviously it's like a long haul down.
Yeah.
With like two cars.
Yeah.
Worth
You've
of
got a lot of stuff to
obviously.
bring.
And but our course started us on Freshers Week, so I had like things to look forward to already. So like the night I got there, I went out with my flatmates, and then I think I went out with them the next night as well, and then my course had started.
Oh my goodness.
So I didn't really have that kind of time to sort of, I don't know, realise that I was in like a new place,
Yeah,
I suppose.
you kind of didn't have time to kind of sit down and think like, oh God, I've moved away from home. You kind of like forced into it straight away. I suppose that's quite a good thing.
Yeah, it was good because then by the time like I had time to sort of sit and contemplate that, I was like, oh, well, I've been here long enough already.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, I've got to leave now. So no time to think about it. Off we go. So when you were moving in, did you have people like helping you at the uni?
Yeah. Had a few student helpers helping us move just ferry the stuff back and forth. It was only on the ground floor, so it wasn't too bad.
That's pretty good.
But yeah.
They had shopping trolleys when I moved in.
They were cool.
They took everything out of the car.
I
and they put it in
kind
the
of
trolley.
wanted to sit in one and then just scoot around.
Just like, deliver me to my room. Yeah. I remember they piled everything out.
They
of
were so
the car.
helpful, actually.
Yeah, really helpful. I remember they carried the trolley up the stairs because the lift in Stockbridge was so slow. They were like, well, there's no point waiting. Up we go.
That's
Carried the
incredible,
whole
but
thing
also their backs.
Yeah, I know. But they were like so enthusiastic and so up for it. They were like, yeah, carry a trolley up the stairs, let's go. It was, yeah.
They were so lovely.
Yeah, they were really nice. It was good. It's not something I don't think I could do. But
No.
I could have the energy, but I could not carry a trolley up a flight of stairs full of stuff.
Yeah.
Solid no. So, if you can remember, what was your first moment of like, oh man, I'm living on my own? And what was it like? If you ever, it might be now.
I'm trying to think. I don't know, I'm trying to think, because like I said, a lot happened. I remember, it's going to sound weird, but I remember like when my parents had like left my room for the final time, I was sort of like, oh, I've made it.
Yeah.
Like I'm here.
Yeah. Oh,
Because obviously it's like months and months of, filling out your applications and like trying to get.
It's so
Because
much
I
build-up.
visited Chai at least 3 times
That's good.
before coming down. Like I came once for the open day, once for the audition, and then once because the department were nice enough to let me and my mate, who also goes here as well, so
that's cool.
brought a little piece of home with me.
Oh,
so
that's
it
cute.
was great.
I like that.
They actually let us sort of spend a day in the uni, sort of like with
Nice.
other people that were
Yeah.
like already on the course, like they're in 3rd year now. But yeah, so
That's really cool. That must have made such a difference as well. And especially when you started, you can be like, well, I've been here before, so it's fine.
100%.
Yeah.
I think like a big part of it was sort of knowing my way around, because like when you walk from one place to another, the first time it takes forever,
Yes.
and then when you do it more and more, it's just
Yeah.
So I think knowing where I was at least a little bit kind of
Yeah.
helped it not seem
That's
so big.
good. Yeah. Makes such a
It's
difference.
normal to feel nervous though,
Oh,
and to
yeah.
feel anxious, and to have those moments where you're like, especially when you're on your own in your room. I think it kind of settles.
Yeah. I
It
feel like
kind
that's
of-
when it hits everybody.
Yeah.
When you're on
Yeah.
your own in your room. Like, do you
Yeah.
remember your like, I'm living on my own moment?
I do actually. I remember just sitting in my room, bearing in mind I had a little bit too much to drink, but drink responsibly, kids. And I was just sat there and I was thinking, oh my gosh, my parents aren't here.
Yeah.
This is huge. Like, this is such a big step. But then I just knocked on my flatmate's door and was like, I'm just feeling a bit homesick.
Yeah.
Can I sit with you? And I think that's what I love about Chichester, is it is so homely. And I do feel like the friends that I made in first year are my uni family. And
Oh,
I'm
that's
still
cute.
so much in contact with them
Yeah.
all. I mean, I still live with the same person that I lived in with for first and second year.
Oh,
So
that's
we've
cute.
been together throughout all the 3 years, and I think it's just reminding yourself that you're not alone in
No.
this, and that everyone's kind of going through the same thing together. And I found a lot of solace in talking to the second and third years, actually, and just sort of reaching out to them and the mental health support team and just being like, hey, I feel like this.
Yeah.
Is this normal? And they're like, yeah, absolutely.
we all feel the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's fine. It
We
is
wouldn't
what
be
it
doing
is.
this podcast episode if it wasn't common
No, exactly.
to feel
Yeah.
a little bit homesick.
Definitely. So, meeting flatmates for the first time, always an awkward experience. How was it for you,
Yes.
Christopher?
Yeah, I was a bit I was a bit wary because I wasn't sure, because like it was a flat of all lads.
Oh.
So I was like, ooh, they could be like a really mixed bag depending on like what kind of people they are.
Yeah.
I remember I walked in, sort of cracked a can of Guinness, just sort of
Nice.
said hello to everyone.
Yes.
And
It's a good way to start.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's a good introduction. Other alcoholic beverages are available, of course. Anyway. I just remember that being that, 'cause, like that was the first thing I did, because like I was kind of nervous. Yeah, and they were just all, they were just all sound. They were just all great, and they were like, yeah, we're going out tonight. Do you want to come with as well? And I was
Come
like,
along.
yeah, sound. I'll just, I'll
Just
just
roll with it.
sort of, I'll just get ready. I remember walking back into my room and just like doing a little jump, because like I was so
Oh.
happy that they were all sound.
They'd accepted you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
Like,
suppose.
you can come with us.
Because I was like kind of nervous. 'Cause I
Yeah,
was like, "Ooh,
definitely.
what kind of people are they going to be, sort of thing. But yeah, I think it was fortunate enough to have good flatmates.
That's good. You nailed it on the first try.
I think I remember the best bit of advice I can kind of give you is you're put with a load of random people that you've never met in your life. You might not be best friends with all of them, but it's really important to have a friendly face that you know, at least in the first few weeks. So spend time with your flatmates. Be in the kitchen as much as possible. Have your door open for points of the day,
Bring
just
a
so
doorstop
that you
with
can
you.
be like, hello, how are you? And at least know who you're living with. You might not be best friends with them, but at least you're aware of who's around you, because I think that makes being away from home a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure. So did you meet people like in the same block as you, but in different flats? Did you kind of mix with any other flats that you were with?
I didn't really mix with my block of flats a lot, but I definitely went to my mates who lived in
Different.
Stockbridge, like people that were on my course.
Yeah.
I remember like going around their flats, and then you meet their mates in their flats.
Yeah.
And stuff, and like vice versa, bringing people back to my flat, and then they'd meet my flatmates.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Always meeting other people.
yeah.
Did you bring
Always on
Guinness
the
with you every single time, or was that just a one-time thing?
And it's just a one-time thing.
Oh, I think you
Don't wanna wear
started
it out.
strong. It's a good way to go. Yeah. So, Liv's kind of already touched on it, but dealing with homesickness, did you feel homesick at all?
Yeah, I felt it a couple of times really. Sort of like came in spurts, because I think like what I was saying earlier about the kind of the culture shock thing.
Yeah.
Like I think home's such a big part of your identity,
Yeah.
and there were times where I felt kind of disconnected from that. It just felt like
With everybody
Really
speaking with
weird.
this accent.
and
Unpleasant.
similar accents, yeah.
Yeah.
And just,
No.
You can't say grass or bath or laugh without someone going, Northerner.
It's true though, because it's Bath, isn't it? I feel like I'm outnumbered here. It's not worth.
I have changed though. It even feels weird to say bath now. It's bath.
But if I said it, it would sound silly. If I said Bath, you'd be like, "Get out, go
Yeah,
away.
that's not
Who are
you."
Imposter." Yeah.
No, I do definitely feel that, Christopher. It is different moving away from somewhere that, because obviously due to where the location of the university, there's a lot more southerners than there are kind of northerners. So we're outnumbered in a lot of ways.
But not right now.
That's why I was so
Right
excited
now.
when you were like, I'm from Stoke-on-Trent. I was like, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
So exciting.
That's the nice thing when you do meet someone from like back near home. You're like, oh my god. Like, I met someone from Liverpool, and normally I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
Liverpool, or whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're from Liverpool.
You understand.
Yeah, because I say book, Luke, and kook as part of my accent.
Yeah.
Where it's just like really weirds people out the first
Yeah.
time they hear it. They're like,
Yeah.
what?
What?
The amount of questions I've been asked about my accent. I've had people have thought I'm Scottish.
Oh no.
Okay.
People have asked me if
far-fetched.
I'm a Scouser.
No.
Of course.
It's closer. At least it's not Scotland.
Yeah.
So north.
Someone said, I'll never forget this. He says, where's your accent from? I was like, guess. He just looks at me and he just goes, well, it's definitely not England. And I
Whoa.
was like, it definitely is England. But he was South African, so I suppose take it with a pinch of salt. But it's just the conviction. He was like, you're not from England. I was like, no.
Someone thought I was Welsh
Really?
Welsh.
because apparently Staffordshire is right near Wales, so I'm technically from
Well,
Wales.
there you go then. We're all
man.
just Welsh,
Yeah.
I suppose. Just Welsh in disguise.
I've never had that conviction said to me before. I mean,
It's definitely
how
not
do you
from
respond to that?
I don't know. The very worst one was someone said, he said, you sound like Gary Barlow when he's singing.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, A, what does that even mean? And B, Robbie Williams is actually from Stoke. So they had the totally wrong member of Take That. And we're just like, yeah, you sound like Gary Barlow. And I'm just like, What do you mean, Gary Barlow?
Okay, we've gone off track.
Yeah, a little bit. Sorry.
about
Sorry,
Take
that's
That.
derailed it.
We need to do another podcast episode just about Take That.
Just about actions.
That'll make my mum
Yeah.
really happy if we did that. Anyway,
Sorry.
right, from Take That, back to homesickness.
home.
Let's bring the
Yeah.
mood right down.
That was fantastic.
Oh,
That's a good way of coping. Through
yeah,
the humour.
yeah, thank you. So how long did it take you to settle in?
I think I just ended up sort of thinking to myself, oh, I actually feel quite at home. I can't quite remember. I think because like our course was like, right, you're
Yeah.
here, you're starting. So like I said,
Full on straight away.
we didn't really have the time to be sort of like, oh. And then when I had the time to sort of sit back and go, wow,
Yeah.
I'm far away.
At least you've got like friends around you
Mm.
that are also feeling the same thing. So were you able to go home as often as you wanted to pre-coronavirus times?
Yeah, like it's doable. It's good
It's a
because
bit of a trek.
a bit of a trek.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take the train.
Oh.
The train's really useful.
How long does the train take?
But the train's 4 hours. It takes just as long to drive as it does take the train.
Yes.
God.
You used to be able, if you got a train to Southampton, you could get a plane from Southampton to Manchester, but that airline's no longer operable. So
Can you imagine if you were like, how are you getting home? I'm flying.
flying home. Flying home.
Flying home. Can you imagine if I did that? Flew to Brighton. What a waste of time that would be. Might as well walk there. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
But I did manage to go. Like I managed to go home for my cousin's wedding and
That's good.
for
Yeah. Home for the important things.
Easter and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is always doable. Like, I think for me, I felt so at home here that my decision was already made. But
Yeah.
then I thought, if I really want to get home, I can be home in 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds like a long way to travel, but if I'm desperate to be home,
Yeah.
if I'm feeling it at 1 o'clock and want to get home, I can be home by 5, which I think was just really comforting to remind myself of.
Yeah.
That if you want to get home, it is possible. You can do it.
Yeah, definitely. So, what kind of things did you have to do and learn about for the first time that you hadn't really thought about, like cooking, budgeting, balancing uni and social life? Any of the above? None of them? All of them? Anything extra?
I'm just trying to think. I think cooking was a big one because I've always said to myself, I will teach myself how to cook before I go to uni, and you don't. I lived off
No.
potatoes for like most of my first year.
Just plain potatoes.
Well, not just plain potatoes.
like eat it like an apple.
Yeah, just there.
Yum.
Yeah. No, so that was a big thing, and I think in terms of budgeting, the kind of thing that I could only learn through trial and error was like knowing what to get from what shop.
Yeah.
So like there wouldn't be one shop that I would just get everything from. I'd like be like, oh, I'll get my fruit from this place. I'll get like some frozen stuff from Iceland or whatever, and then I'll get like my toiletries from Poundland or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing. So I think that was quite an important part of budgeting.
I had like a weekly budget, so like
Oh, very wise.
I kind of said, okay, this is how much I can spend this week. And obviously I didn't worry if I went over it, particularly in like the first couple of weeks whilst you're getting used to things, but just kind of giving myself a rough sort of guide and figuring things out. It is a case of trial and error though, because
Yeah,
you might
definitely.
put so much money aside and think I'm never going to use all
Yeah.
of that, or put a little bit and then think, oh no, I need more. So it is a case of trial and error.
Yeah. I didn't budget at all.
Well
Oh,
done.
Thanks. It was awful. Yeah. Cheers.
Congratulations.
See, but I don't think I give off the vibes that I have my life together, and I absolutely don't. So it's okay.
I
We've done
think you
enough of
do.
these that you know
You
that
seem
I'm
like
a
you've got your
complete
life
mess.
together.
Oh, it's all alive. We have some questions from social media.
Okay.
How exciting! Get
Very
excited.
exciting.
It is, isn't it? So, what is this security/safety like in on and off campus accommodation?
Well, I lived in Stockbridge, so that's off campus.
Yeah.
The security is pretty good. Like the security guards are always there.
There.
The security guards are they're quite nice. They're quite caring. They will
Yeah.
have a laugh at you.
Yeah.
A laugh at you? Laugh with you. Sorry. They're just
Will laugh
cackling as you walk by.
For no reason.
No. And you're behind at least like when you're in your room, you're behind like at least 3-4 locks.
Yeah.
Like, because like you've got the gate, then you've got like the outer door of your block, then you've got your flats door, then you've got
Your bedroom door.
your bedroom door.
And if you're in the ensuite,
If you're
Then
an
that's the
ensuite,
bathroom door as well.
5 doors. Spoiled for choice.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like quite secure.
Yeah,
I'd say
it is.
it's quite a good.
It's
system.
24-hour security
Yeah.
on both our off-campus halls and the on-campus halls as well. So security everywhere. So the next one is, what was it like starting to look after yourself more?
I think it was like a lot to add to like uni stuff as well, in a way, because you're doing so much, and then you realise it's like, oh wait, I need to get home. I need to like go home and cook for myself and stuff.
Cook.
And you think, yes, cook.
The Southerners strike again.
I know.
Sorry, carry on.
Where was I? It was cooking, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you were doing. I won't say it.
Yeah, so it's like you finish lectures or you finish whatever you're doing at like 8 in the evening, and you think, oh, I've got to go back. So you learn to like take food with you and stuff.
Yeah.
But then taking food with you is different from like buying food whilst you're there.
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper to take food with you.
Always
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
I always, in the first couple of weeks actually, which was really nice, me and my flatmates had a designated night a week that we all cooked.
That's cute.
So, like, if one of us had a really late night, we'd be like, no, we're sorted food. Like, it'll be on the side if you just want to whack it in the microwave, or we'll try and eat together, which I think is really important. So that can take the pressure off, and it means that you're trying a variety of food instead of just potato.
I mixed up a little bit. But
You can do a lot with a potato, to be fair.
yeah, I was
It's a
thinking
very
Matt
versatile
Damon in The
food.
Martian. I was thinking he'd survive just off them, so I thought,
You know, whenever I think of potatoes, I also think of Matt Damon.
yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, the potato. Anyway, we've gone off track again.
Yeah,
We
again.
have.
As per. So what is the support like when moving away, e.g. like mental health and settling in?
I was actually struggling with homesickness, so I thought I would go and speak to the mental health support team, because obviously I was around a lot of people my age, which was comforting to one extent, but I think I was kind of missing the parental support a little bit. So like reaching out to like an auntie type figure, I think was really important.
Yeah.
And shout out to Emma from mental health support. She was incredible and so supportive.
That's good.
So they are there if you need that support. And it's okay to feel homesick. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to struggle. But just remember that support is there and that you're never alone.
Yeah. Oh, such solid advice, and we've said so many silly things today, and then you
Yeah.
bring it back. Well done, Liv. See, it's the balance we need. So the last question from social is it hard adjusting to living on your own?
I think it depends, really. I think if you're sort of used to sort of like doing things for yourself as is, I think being by yourself a lot more is what's sort of challenging, because obviously like you've got your flatmates, but like, you know, if they've all got like late nights, or if then, you know, you don't always see them, like if you don't eat together sort of thing, I think sometimes the kind of like the walk from your flat door, like your bedroom door, to the kitchen and then back again, if that's like all you do in a day, sometimes it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd, the isolation.
Yeah,
I
no.
think.
I
It's not what you
mean,
want.
I still live in halls because I love it so much. And we have a nice big kitchen. And I sometimes just sit and do work in there.
Yeah.
And then if I just want a bit of company, or just be in a different space to the library or
Oh, yeah.
my room,
Yeah.
and people will pop in and out and be like, hi, how are you? How's your day? And I think it's just kind of that communal element really helps, even if you're not like making physical plans to live, like exist together and eat together, and
Yeah. You
just
still
sort of
bump
having
into
the
each other.
passing
Yeah.
of bumping into each other can feel less isolating, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, final question for you, Christopher. What is your main advice for people moving away from home for the first time, if you could kind of sum it up?
Yeah, I think my main advice is, before you get there, sort of get to know the place, like whether that's just like looking at maps of it, or like reading about what's around, or like I did, like going to visit it and stuff, because then that can really help like familiarize it to yourself.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem so big and so scary, like, you know, when you're sat in your halls or wherever, thinking, wow, there's like this big unknown outside of these four walls, like if you know your way around and stuff. And then I think when you do get there, just sort of like applying yourself and like really sort of, you know, getting stuck into like what's available, whether that's like meeting new people or like doing whatever you need to do for your course and stuff, because the more you sort of familiarize yourself and the more good experiences you have in a place, it's just, yeah, you start to build that sort of association.
Yeah, that is solid advice. Liv, you know the drill.
I was just going to add something in
Oh,
for
go for
advice.
it. Yeah.
Join the Facebook groups. Join.
Yeah, 100%.
Join all the socials.
And what
Yeah.
really helps as well is when you're going into lectures or when you're in halls, get people Snapchat, Instagram, something like that, so you can contact them, because then you're getting to like know the wider community and hopefully just join as many groups as you can, like via online, particularly during COVID as well. Like me and my course mates have literally just stayed in contact throughout the entirety of the pandemic, and I think it's so important to be in touch with your flatmates and course mates.
Yeah.
Just so I'd add that in.
That is solid advice, Liv.
Thanks.
Do you want to be social media queen now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
Lovely.
So if you want to join the conversation, you can contact us on Instagram at University of Chichester. You can tweet us on Twitter at ChiUni. You can email us at studyhere@chi.ac.uk, or you can hashtag us at ChiUni.
Beautiful. You know, it's stunning every single time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Christopher,
Thank
for
Thank you. Thanks
joining
for
us
having me.
and sharing
been
that
fun.
hilarious story about your accent. That is
I
something
loved that.
that's-
Fantastic.
Yeah, real highlight for me. So thank you everybody for listening, and it's a
Thank
goodbye from all of
you.
us. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.